Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your mid-March love reading. I'm Jade with yesYesYes. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to do a reading with the Mystical Lenormand deck and the Line Strider Tarot today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to see the path between the masculine and feminine with the with the Lenormand deck, and then I'm going to clarify with the Line Strider. So let's see the path between the masculine and feminine for Gemini mid-March. Where does this all begin? Okay, so, and as always, if you are feeling it, let me know in the comments section below, or give me a thumbs up. I do love that. It helps the channel out so much. So I'm just going to be laying these down and looking for the masculine and the feminine. So there's the masculine. Now we have the clover and the cross, and then the feminine. Okay. So it's not a far path. It's an interesting path, though. Okay. So what we have here is that the masculine's moving towards the feminine this month, and the masculine's feeling really lucky. Okay. He's feeling really blessed. I like this. He could also be Irish. We do have what is that? Oh my gosh, St. Patrick's Day in the U.S. So it could be of, Northern European descent, but I'm feeling like there's some luck here. Maybe he's a gambler and he's doing really well. There's lots of green happening here. Now, there's the luck between the two leads straight into this cross, right? So the cross is usually a burdening card. It's a card of weight. Sorry, and I've got a lot of glare. It's a card of weight. It's usually family, legacy. So I feel like the feminine's really worried about legacy, really worried about family, feeling burdened, feeling like she's a little stuck, which is not a good place for a Gemini to be. I understand. I'm a Gemini. I'm with you. So what I'm feeling here is that the masculine might actually help the feminine to lighten up this month. So for the feminine Geminis, your masculine's coming your way. For the masculine Geminis, you're going to be moving towards your feminine, and you're going to help her lighten up. Okay? We'll see what else comes up. Maybe we'll find out what's burdening the feminine and what's making the masculine feel so lucky. Okay? So here we go with the Line Strider. Again, everything has been pre-shuffled. So let's start with Four of Cups in the reverse. That's what's the baseline here. Four of Cups is our card of discontent. It's a card of, having the cups, but not really liking the drink, right? Not feeling like it's enough. And with it being in the reverse, it actually is, it's the opposite. It's the feeling of enoughness. It's feeling like you're really feeling the gratitude in life. And even if the feminine is trying, she might be burdened by trying to find that gratitude, trying to feel that. But I feel like the masculine, no problem. He's in a place of gratitude. He's in a place of really enjoying the deliciousness of life right now, which is beautiful. Feminine, let's get you there. Maybe she's seeing that that's what's possible, and that she's maybe doing a lot of work. That could be what's going on, is there's a lot of work that the feminine's happening. Yes, I can see that now. So the masculine, Queen of Swords. All right, so this is you, masculine. It's actually a really great balance here. I like to see the queens with the masculine suits of swords and wands. So there's a really great balance. You are in a place of compassionate, clear speech, which is great. I might be talking to the masculine Geminis who have Mercury retrograde natally. And the reason why I say that is usually when Mercury is in retrograde, for those who are natal Mercury retrograde, which means it's already retrograde when you were born, you actually you are fine. You might even be more empowered during Mercury retrogrades because you think differently, you process differently, and you find your words in a very thoughtful way, which is not common for those who have sharp tongues when we talk about the sword suits. So for the masculine, I feel like you're really evaluating your words well, and you're speaking clearly, and with compassion, with love from your heart-centered space, having a nice balance between the heart and the mind. Well done, masculine. For the feminine, we've got in the past this 10 of Swords energy. So we're coming from a place of just feeling. 10 of Swords is, it's being hurt, right? You got stabbed in the back by someone. Something took you down, but it took you down in an overly dramatic way, right? One sword is enough, but then having 10 is like way too much. So you're in a place of acknowledging that whatever it was took you down, okay? Probably a love situation in the past, and the 10 being the end of the cycle means that you're ready to move on from that. You have thrust the extra swords in yourself in a way. Sometimes it can be, it's the melodrama of it, or the poor me, the victimization, the realizing, oh my gosh, I'm in the same pattern, I'm doing the same things. So, I'm feeling that, and this could be, again, part of that burden that you've been feeling, is that you might be thinking that you put yourself in that situation and that you've overdone it, right? You've created it and you can't get past it. You've lost time because you're processing it. Whatever it is, you're at a place now where you can let it go. Oh, good. Okay. So Knight of Cups in the reverse for the masculine. He's not wanting to move forward in just an emotional, not emotionally mature way is actually what I'm feeling like. I feel like he's holding back his emotions just a bit, masculine. And even though we were just talking about there was a balance there, I think that you might be just holding back a little bit more than you have to, okay? So so I would encourage you to feel through just a little bit more. We'll see what comes out from there, just to get that knight turned upside, or the right side up. So then you can swoon, you can bring, draw your feminine out some more, okay? Feminines, we had the Two of Swords in the reverse. This is nice. So you're realizing that you don't have to make this choice anymore. You don't have to hide behind this decision that needs to be made. You've already made it. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to heal, okay? I like that. Oh, and these are great cards too. King of Pentacles in the upright. So this is what I'm feeling for you masculines, is that you don't want to give just a small amount of your emotion. You really want to offer something stable, something solid. This is also, this king he can be a little miserly. So I think just be aware. Remember, we talked about your luck here. You might be moneyed. You might have money. You might be drawing in money. So just be aware that there's always more, okay? Feel abundant and don't necessarily feel like there's only so much, okay? The King of Pentacles is a beautiful card for relationship reading because he's stable, he's solid. He will show up at the perfect time, in his perfect timing, I should say, and he will offer exactly what the feminine's desire is, right? It's a hidden desire. It's a desire that the feminine doesn't always know that she wants until she opens her eyes to it or opens her heart to it. And I like that even the pentacles here are reflected. The feminine is ready to start something stable. It's perfect, okay? So she's ready. There's a bunny here. So be aware that there's some potential for making babies. You might just, if it's a new connection coming forward, just keep in mind that, you do want to be safe. It's through the passion and the love and all of that. Just keep that in mind, that there's some potential for that for that replication, that quickly, bunnies, what do they say? That the bunnies make a lot of bunnies quickly. I can't think of the term, but yeah, just be aware of that. Okay, let's see what else we have. I'm sorry, sometimes I say some funny stuff. Page of Wands for the masculine. Ooh, Three of Wands for the feminine. Here we are. So we're starting to balance again. I like this. The Page of Wands. So we're having a small start, moving towards your feminine, okay, taking a little step. So once the masculine feels secure in himself, and he's ready. Again, it has to be on his own timing. He's ready. He's going to make that small step, and it's going to have there's a potential for it being really spicy, really surprising to the feminine, okay? So, and that's the Wands energy though. So it'll be something that will take the feminine by surprise. It might be an offer that she never really considered before that brings her to a new level, a new way of being. It could be passion, but it could also be creative, right? It could just be that, you know, why don't we go and do something that you've never done before? Like, you know, let's go rock climbing, let's go skydiving. So it could just be like a creative or inspiring activity, just a little offer, okay? So the masculine is definitely moving towards the feminine, but look, the feminine is ready to build. She's ready to make this future. I like the threes a lot, and the threes are actually, again, creative and inspirational cards. So the Three of Wands is about taking that long-term action. It's the roots have already been set. We're waiting for the Four of Wands, which is the next foundation. So we're just waiting for that foundational person, that whoever it is that's going to seal the deal, who's going to make the whole thing come together. That's what we're waiting for here. Now, I will just say for the feminine, let's not wait, let's make space. That's what I'll say. So I think it was me using a term that was kind of funny. So we're not waiting, we're making space, okay? Now we have Queen of Cups and Temperance, both in the reverse. Okay, so Queen of Cups for the masculine. We're still in this place of not quite feeling the emotional. I don't know if emotions are just not feeling comfortable for the masculine. Being emotionally open, being emotionally supportive, or feeling supported. It might be a new suit that the masculine is trying on. And it's also, you know, we talked about this with the Knight. Maybe he's really wanting to offer something even more substantial and not necessarily just this emotional in and out type of thing. The cups do need balance. We like the cups because they are this emotional connection. So, and again, keep in mind, Gemini, that it's really easy to get lost in your head. So make sure that you're keeping your heart open as much as you can. Keep your heart open. Here we have another card saying, keep that heart open. Be open to parts of yourself that perhaps you didn't know were closed. And that might be what comes together here when we bring these cards back together. We'll see what this is. Again, also being in gratitude, that's going to open your heart. That's an easy opening, okay? So really keep in gratitude. I feel like there's a lot of depth in your luck, okay? You might be feeling that your luck is outside of yourself, that everything's going well outside of you, but it's really from within, masculine, okay? So keep that in mind. For the feminine, we have the Temperance card that came out in reverse. So this is Sagittarian card. It's also about balance. There's a little bit of imbalance here, and it could just be, we talked about not waiting, but making space for things. So, you know, we may still have a little bit of this healing from the past to do to make space for something new. The other thing about, I mean, the Temperance is a healing card. So we really want to make sure that even though something new can come forward, that there's still healing to do. And when something new comes forward, a lot of times it triggers more healing to be done. Okay, so it's not as if you're pretending like you're perfect in relationship. You don't need to do that. It's that you're opening up these wounds so that you can heal them with a partner. You can heal them on your own as well, but that's what partnership does, is it reflects even more so that you can really move forward and heal together. And I feel like you're going to be leading that healing. That's what that burden probably is for you, feminine, is this need to heal, this desire to heal. All right, so let's see. I want to get that one last card that's going to bring them together. We just don't, with these King of Cups, here we are, King of Cups, but it came out in the reverse. All right. So this is where we're at, Gemini. Okay, we really need to feel in to what's going on. it's, and again, Mercury in retrograde, it's throwing the words off. This is the perfect time to reflect on what the heart really needs, on what's really true, and the feelings of what's going to bring you together. Okay, if does this feel good, right? When you do come together, does it feel good? For the masculine, I feel like there's a little bit of discomfort in being emotionally open and vulnerable, but that's really where the work is. That's really where the bond is. The more revealing you can be of yourself and your process, the more that you're going to welcome your feminine in. And for the feminine, if you can be open and honest about what you're healing, that you're in process, the masculine's going to get inspired by that, right? He feels pretty good right now, but he's starting to realize that he has healing to do as well. And that's the whole reason why we get into relationship. So stay in gratitude. Feel into the need for the emotional depth. It's not a scary place. It's scary for Geminis, but it doesn't have to be. And it definitely doesn't have to be if you are with someone, right? You build that depth with someone by going through the depths with someone. And so trying to develop a deeper relationship, like this is a new thing, right? I feel like that's what every relationship is trying to go deeper and deeper to bring more and more depth forward so we can know ourselves even more. Okay, this is such a great reading because it's telling you to sit in those places of discomfort, really push your edge, feel into things, feel into your vulnerability, and be open with it so that you two can grow together, because that's when relationship can really take the next step. Okay, is when you're both open to going to the next step. And what's the problem with being open is that, so then we're judged, and then that person leaves me, and then I have to start all over. Well, I mean, the whole reason why you're open is to deepen yourself and your relationship to yourself even. So that sets you up for the next time when you can be even deeper with someone, so that you can be really truly known, Gemini. I feel like is the goal in relationship, is to be really truly known. So be in the gratitude of this. Feminine, try to lighten up, but do be open about your vulnerability. Masculine, keep it light, but remember that there's some depth and beauty in your in your heart. Your hearts are beautiful. All right, Gemini, that's what I have for you for this month. Let me know if this resonates. I'd love to hear from you. Hit that thumbs up button. And I'd love for you to subscribe if you like my style. And as always, I'm going to send you all my love.